Now, the forest only dropped a little over a week ago, and we could safely say that we're eating good in the world of Sulfur. Who's to say what's to come? You could go off the roadmap and make the assumption that the next thing we'll get is guns and magic, but we've seen in the past that's not always the case. We saw major patches like the Christmas one. I didn't see that on the roadmap. We saw the storage update and the weapon workbench, two other things that we had no clue were coming. Unless you consider, storage issues and not being able to take off attachments on guns to be part of the fixing stage? I don't think so. I think that was mostly bugs. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm setting something up, and I need to find a better way of keeping that table somewhere, because I'm just going to keep bumping into that. So let's hope that doesn't get in the way. This is already a mess. It's a mess not made courtesy of my own. Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. It was actually from King Khaled, because King Khaled 888 said, honestly glad to see you place both games, to be honest, in regards to Witchfire. I don't care which one, ha ha ha, but you should, I'm not making fun of it, by the way, but you should do a wishlist video. I know one of my biggest things I want for Sulfur are new calibers and new guns and conversion boards for said guns. Those would be really cool additions, especially the new chisels, the conversion boards, and all that stuff would be great to see in the Guns and Magic update, or even before or after. Whenever they want to do that, that would be awesome. They have the ability to do so. Obviously, we don't have energy chisels yet. That one would be a really easy thing to integrate. So yeah, I wanted to do a video where we talk about what the future could hold. Consider it a wish list video, and maybe somebody over at Perfect Random will see this and read your ideas in the comments section, and I certainly would love to read your ideas, because this is the Sulfur summary. Week 9 or 10, or I don't know, we've been doing this for a while now. We're almost up to 3 months, which is absolutely insane. It's almost half as old as my son. That's crazy. That's how much we love Sulfur around here. That math was not good. My son's turning 1 in 5 days. That math was terrible. Your wish list could be anything. It could be something that's on the roadmap that you just can't wait for. Me personally, my biggest thing I want in Sulfur is the endless mode. To me, you don't have a full true roguelite or roguelike until you have an endless mode, at least the best of the best, in my opinion. Who doesn't want to keep going as far as they possibly can and see what kind of builds it would take to be able to keep going, and see if you have what it takes to survive when the odds start to become insurmountable and you can't do next to nothing in damage and everything is ready to one-shot you. That is the best. I mean, we learned that from COD Zombies way back, and I like to think roguelites and roguelikes might have taken a little bit from COD Zombies with the round-based progression and everything. It always felt on the same page. Now, there could have been a roguelite back then, and I just didn't know of it, but it certainly wasn't popular like COD Zombies was. We've all played COD Zombies. I'm not sure if anyone's ever made that connection before. Me personally, I feel like it was sitting in the back of my brain, and I've just pulled it forward with this. I just cannot wait for that endless mode, and I hope it's a true endless mode. I don't want it to end at like wave 50 and we consider that endless mode. I want it to go until it melts my GPU and ruins my entire setup, maybe starts a fire in my home. That's how I want endless to be. Keep going, push the odds as much as possible. That's just the way to do it. I mean, that's the way Risk of Rain does it, and people love that game. It's got a very valued fan base, so does Sulfur, so let's do it. Let's go true endless and make it absolutely absurd by the end of it. Thousands of enemies rushing you. I don't know about thousands, because the game does kind of crap out at around like 50 or 60 enemies. I've tested it in dev mode. I also found cactuses in dev mode that you can cut and get cactus from, and I'm about to get dev mode taken away from us if I say any more. But you can go to the dev level and you could see stuff like that right now, whenever you want. It's pretty cool. It shows us that they're working on the Great Sauna, which I don't know. Is that even on the roadmap? Wait, is that desert? Fortress and then desert. I wonder how much they have done on Fortress if there's cactuses being worked on right now. Unless somebody on the dev team, it's their job to get in there and start worrying about desert while everybody else is finishing up Fortress. It could be that. Fact of the matter is, we can go in there and play with the cactuses right now, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little feature. It's very reminiscent of Minecraft. Another thing this game has in common with Minecraft, I've found multiple similarities, not just the crafting system, but other things makes it feel a little Minecrafty here and there. That brings me to my next point, because if it's my wish list, I'm gonna go to that one place I always go. The heartwarming home, the cozy game. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go into cozy games again. I know I sound like a psychopath when I speak on cozy games in this game, but tell me some sort of farm that's growing foods for you at the church hub, or a fishing minigame wouldn't be freaking awesome in Sulfur? Please tell me that wouldn't work, because I think it could. I think it really could, but I'll give you something else, I guess. It's another thing that I brought up a million times, and I really think most of us agree it should be in this game because it would fit so well in the style of game that Sulfur is, and that is a mini-boss to find anywhere, especially sewers, considering sewers doesn't have one, and the stuff you could throw down in sewers is pretty much whatever you want. It's the sewers. It's just some giant pile of trash, a garbivore, or what's his name, Garbodor? The trash Pokemon that's literally just garbage. I hate that guy. That's like one of my least favorites. Him and Trubbish. Why would you make a Pokemon that's just a pile of garbage? What is wrong? Are we going to get a pile of shit in the next gen? That would actually be kind of hype. If it doesn't already exist. I mean, Muck is close, but Muck is come backwards. And but, you know, because Ekans and Arbok, or Cobra and Snake backwards? Hey, how about a Snake mini-boss? Yeah, what about a Snake mini-boss? That'd be kind of cool. But all I'm saying is, Sulfur clearly takes some inspiration from games like Borderlands, which have always shined when it comes to Easter egg areas and mini-bosses like secret bosses. I might have said mini-bosses. I meant secret bosses. We already have mini-bosses. Adoy. We deserve some sort of secret boss, and there's multiple places to plug it in. Sewers, I think, would be the easiest to throw one in there, considering there's already no boss of any kind throughout. In Forest, we just got the brand new cannibal house. There's a door down there. Make it lead to, like, some crazy dude with a chainsaw. That would be awesome. But these little secret mini-bosses and everything are a fun way to really open up the game, give players another reason for exploration, and in a looter shooter, exploration should be rewarded at all times. The point being is why you're there. The point of your being is to loot and shoot and extract and roguelike. Be like a rogue. Most of the stuff on the roadmap is just new areas, and what we saw with Forest is they can get a little creative when it comes to new areas, like the open world aspect. I think another hub that offers different vendors would be something really cool to see. We've seen in dev mode, again, if they take dev mode away, it is 100% my fault, and I am forever sorry. My bad. Although I think they should let us keep it until 1.0, because we're paying $25 to play this. Why don't we have an opportunity to, goof around in there, check everything out, and then maybe even let us keep it after 1.0. Come on, it's fun. Desert and Canyon are a couple of loading screens, and those two sound like they would go hand in hand. In fact, in the last patch, you could find a canyon portal. I might have video of it. If I do, I'll throw it up right here. And to me, you could make Canyon its own hub that leads into Desert. That would be really cool, and you can have a different selection of vendors, maybe like a mini game or a jukebox so you could play all the music in the game. That would be awesome. Another thing I would love to see as far as my wish list goes, and don't worry, I won't say too many more, so you guys can come up with your own wish list ideas in the comments. And next week, the next Sulfur Summary, I'll make sure to read them on the Sulfur Summary. I'll go over them, but that would require me not to look at the comments for a week. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's tough. I'll have to think about it. Maybe I can look at the comments and go over it again in the video. But then I won't be shocked. It won't be a reveal. Maybe y'all should go into the TMU Discord and tell me in the general channel what you think I should do. Should I read the comments now, or should I read them at, first time during next week's Susu? Help me out here, please. The thing I was going to get at was something that was really asked for near the beginning of the game before we got the storage boxes, the upgrades, and why don't I tack this on the wish list? Every new area should come with a new storage upgrade, considering you get new stuff like the Impala Gravita, which takes up half of a goddamn storage box anyways. Myself and many others were saying we should be able to get mannequins for our clothes and gun racks for our guns. There doesn't have to be a whole lot of them, and they could still be tied to the storage boxes if need be. Be better if they weren't, but you would be able to put them up and showcase your favorite guns, grab them off the wall really quickly, swap them with whatever you got on you. That would be really fun and make the church feel a little bit more customizable and homey. It is the hub, after all, in a single player game. It's not like Destiny where everybody's walking around pushing around beach balls or whatever. What the hell's that about? I've never understood that. So to be able to customize that church hub a little bit, interact with it, even changing the paint would be cool, but that's a bit of a stretch. It might not be that hard to do, but to be able to change the paint or just make things your own, is awesome in any single-player experience. So yeah, let's not sleep on the gun racks and mannequins just because we got the storage upgrades, and let's also not sleep on the fact that we need more storage upgrades. The reason that this is such a good idea from King Khalid 888 is because Perfect Random has proven to listen to the community. The workbench and the durability patch are a couple of examples of things that were clearly inspired from the community, and they were begging for it. People were riled up saying these things need to change, or they were gonna start punching any video game devs they can find, and none of them lived in Sweden when they said that. Perfect Random churned these updates out immediately, which is just amazing to see from indie devs, especially a team of 4 people. And yes, they haven't done everything right in early access. Nobody does everything right. There's never been a perfect game outside of Borderlands 2, and there were some bugs and stuff that were weird in that game. But outside of that, there's never really been a perfect game. But for 4 dudes that are coming together, cranking their whatever they can out, they're doing an amazing job. And I say this nearly every week, but it's because I don't have anything too harsh that I need to bring up. Yes, I don't like the nerfs that we're constantly getting. I don't agree with PvE single-player nerfs. I'm never going to agree with that, but it is their game, and if that's something that they think is a good thing for the game, that's fine. I'm still going to play it. I don't care if they nerf them. They're careful with their nerfs, too. They're not absolute nuke nerfs where things become unusable. I mean, Aftershock is not fun anymore. I don't think I've used Aftershock, but if I had never used Aftershock when it was so powerful, maybe I would like it now. I would love to hear from somebody that only used Aftershock after it was nerfed and see what your general opinions are on it. Because me personally, yeah, I don't use it. I haven't used it since they took away my Infinity Taser. I miss that thing so much. It was a really powerful and crazy scroll. So powerful that even I would have said, if you want a strong gun, just use Aftershock over anything. And I believe I did say that in the scroll tier list. That's not true anymore. It's probably dropped down to like a C tier at best. But at one point, it really was so overpowered that you had to use it if you were struggling. That's the thing. It is a PvE game. If you don't want to use something, don't use it. It's just that simple. That's why some people, I should say, were upset about the Impala Gravita nerf. I was a little depressed at first, but after using it a little bit, it's not that bad, and it still one-taps a majority of enemies, which is great. I was shocked that the original damage number starting at 600 base is crazy. I was totally prepared to not use it on every run, though, to keep a challenge whenever I needed it. I'm not making this video to complain by any means. I'm just saying they're doing things at all times. That's great. There's plenty of devs that put out a game and then nothing happens for months and months and months, and then finally something happens and it's something minuscule and it doesn't matter too much. We're not getting that. These guys care so much about the game, and that's why it's easy to make susus every week, at least for now. I don't want another month drought where I'm ranking women. That was something else, man. That was something else. In other news, I still have been playing a lot of Monster Hunter, especially on Mondays, and it's been a crazy busy week. There's a few days where I wasn't able to record or do anything. I'm also starting up a new project, which I'm not going to speak on just yet, but in the next few days, if you're in the Discord, or I'll probably drop a post about it too for those that are interested, you'll hear something about it. So there's that. It's going to be real weird and something I've never done before, so it's going to require a new channel. I don't want to clog up the Roguelite Sulfur channel with what I'm doing there, and then obviously the Rebel Dotty is mostly multiplayer games, and anything that doesn't fit here, it's not games. So like, it's going to be really, it's going to be wild. Hopefully I get the balls to do it. Part of me thinks I might not even have them yet. I gotta hit upload before I know if I've got the balls. That's all I got for this week's Sulfur Summary Sunday. Sulfur Summary Sunday. The Su. Week 9 or 10. I wrote it down. I think it's week 9. Week 9. It's blurred together. I'm telling you, it's been a crazy week. Let me know, for real, what you guys want to put on your Sulfur wish list. And remember, it's a wish. They don't always come true, so don't be devastated if the great ideas you have are either impossible to put in the game, or they're just something that doesn't fit with the game's trajectory, and maybe Perfect Random doesn't agree with the vision that you might have. It's okay. Not every time you get something that you want. Like, try to buy Pokemon cards just once, and you'll know.